Hiya folks, Kiyo here. Whenever you think of live action shows for children, you probably think of Disney Channel or Nickelodeon. But there was one time where Cartoon Network joined live action programming. This was known as CN Real.
Real kids doing real stuff in real situations. Wednesday nights on CN Real.
What's your name?
8 o'clock, Wednesday nights, CN Real on Cartoon Network!
CN Real began as to compete with Nickelodeon and Disney and their popular live-action lineup. The first attempt ever was Out of Jimmy's Head, a live-action animated sitcom based on the original Cartoon Network movie, Reanimated. But Out of Jimmy's Head was met with mixed reception and was affected by the 2007 writer's strike. Cartoon Network doubled down on live-action programming. In early 2009, the network announced CN Real, a programming block of reality game shows targeting older kids, debuting June 17, 2009, promoted by musician Andrew W.K. CN Real featured new series almost every week in 2009. However, the critics worried that it would undercut Cartoon Network's brand, and the block struggled with low ratings and negative comparisons to other reality shows. CN Real was quietly folded by mid-2010, although some shows like Destroy Build Destroy and Dude What Would Happen continued through 2011. Afterwards, Cartoon Network returned to animation, apart from the later few live-action experiments, like Tower Prep, Level Up, and Incredible Crew, that were not officially part of CN Real. The first show of CN Real was Out of Jimmy's Head, which, as we already mentioned, was a live-action animated comedy. The premise is simple. 13-year-old Jimmy Roberts receives the brain of a famous cartoonist, which gives him the ability to talk and see the cartoonist's characters. Hijinks ensue as Jimmy copes with this bizarre power. The show predates CN Real, but is often considered Cartoon Network's original first live-action series. The Outsiders, a paranormal reality series. 5 teen investigators travel to reportedly, quote-unquote, haunted locations and try to find evidence of ghosts aimed at teens. It was basically CN's version of Ghost Hunters. Survive This was basically a version of Survivor for kids, where they had to find food, water, and shelter quickly. Then there's Brain Rush, a roller coaster trivia game show. Park goers are put onto a roller coaster and must answer rapid-fire trivia questions while on the roller coaster. Each correct answer would result in a cash prize, and only 6 episodes aired in summer of 2009. Then we have Destroy Build Destroy, hosted by yours truly, Andrew W.K. This was basically the centerpiece of CN Real and one of the most, if not one of the most popular shows of the blog. Teams of 3 teenagers compete in 2 rounds. First, each team destroys a vehicle or structure, then uses the wreckage to build a new vehicle to race or battle. At the end, the winning team gets to destroy the losing team vehicle. This was only one of the 2 CN Real shows that survived past 2009. This one's pretty interesting. It has a pretty interesting premise, as if the thing is that if one team won, they had to destroy the other team's hard work of making and building something. And then the next show is Bobby Says, a short-lived clip comedy series. Think about America's Funniest Home Videos, but for kids. Actor Bobby J. Thompson hosts the comedic commentary show. Thompson roams around California and provides funny commentary on viral videos and sports clips. It's basically Cartoon Network's kid-friendly answer to YouTube. It ran only 6 episodes in summer of 2009. Dude What Would Happen is an informer science experiment show. 3 teenage friends brainstorm outrageous questions, starting with what would happen if. Then they perform the wild experience. The format is very Mythbusters-like. They make gadgets and scenarios to help answer their problems. Despite poor reviews, it actually ran for 4 seasons. That is all of CN Real. Basically, the network thought that this was a very good idea, but if you think about it, Cartoon Network is for cartoon only. There was no live action or anything in Cartoon Network, and so after 2010, Cartoon Network decided to get rid of CN Real for good. I've been Kiyo, and this is Kiyo Reviews. Kiyo out.